Hey, this is Geoff Rickley, and you're watching Hold Up Now TV.
Are you excited to headline the Acoustic show today?
Yeah, this is my, I guess, third time all told on the Acoustic Basement Tour. This is the first time in the UK with it, and my first time playing acoustic in the UK, and London's one of my favorite cities on earth, so yeah, tonight's very exciting.
Where were you for the other shows?
Both of the other tours that I was doing Acoustic Basement so far have been in the States, and then this one is all of the UK, so last night I was in Cardiff, the night before we were in Southampton, so it's going all around.
Yeah. How does the UK differ to the US?
Well, the UK, it's just a bit of a different culture. I think like in the States we don't have like rock and roll nights at clubs. We don't like have stuff like that. So the UK is like a little bit of a later like schedule. Everybody's a little more drunk, and that makes it a little easier to have fun, I think.
What's the most bizarre thing to happen to you whilst you were on stage?
Let's see. The most bizarre thing that happened to me while I was on stage. I think, for a bunch of years in Thursday, people would lose things in the crowd. There'd be these huge shows, and people would lose things, and they'd figure, well, somebody lost a phone, I should throw it to the front so that, so that they get it back. And so we would have like phones being thrown up on stage, and sometimes people would lose keys, and so I got belted in the head with like a giant keychain like that. They just hit me on the side of the head, probably from a balcony or something. That was probably the worst thing that's happened to me on stage. I've broken my nose on stage 3 times as well. One time I was hanging from the ceiling of a club and the whole thing collapsed. So that was pretty strange too. Yeah. It's still pretty straight, actually.
Did you have to go off stage, or could you continue the show?
Yeah, I stayed with a broken nose. I stayed on stage and finished. And then so the medic had to like break it again when I was off to get it in place. That was no fun.
What made you decide to do this tour without United Nations?
Yeah, it was just basically I was asked to be on this acoustic tour, and they're all my friends, so I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to do it. United Nations has a new record coming out this summer, so we'll come back over as a group, and that'll be a totally different thing than this acoustic night.
Where are you planning to tour with United Nations?
We'll start in the States. The United Nations stuff will start in the States, and then, UK, Europe, Japan, Australia, that would be kind of like our dream. Yeah. South America actually really loves United Nations, so that would be really cool too.
Do you think playing acoustic shows are better than playing live full band ones?
It's just easier. It's easier to play acoustic than it is to play a live band. You load in one guitar, you take 10 minutes to make sure it works, and you're good to go. That's about as easy as it gets. Playing with a full band, it's so much more fun. You feel like you're in charge of like the most powerful thing. You feel like you're the conductor of the fastest train in the world. But with an acoustic thing, you're just walking down the street.
What is the best thing about being on tour?
The best thing about being on tour would be probably meeting a lot of different people. I really love art, so I try and go out on the street and find different like street art in different towns, and that's always been pretty cool in the UK. It's a pretty vibrant graffiti culture. So.
And for the viewers of Hold Up Now, what in your opinion gets a crowd the most psyched for a show?
What gets the crowd? Well, I already said booze. I think I think beer gets crowds more excited than anything. But I think like a general sort of rowdy excitement is like irreplaceable. Like something new, something that they haven't heard before. That's the most exciting thing for a crowd. I did Thursday for 15 years, and the first 4 years that we did it, there was nobody else that sounded like us, and so when we would get on stage, it's just like you could feel electricity crackle through the audience. And when there were other bands that sounded like us, that died out a little bit, but I remember those first few years, just people didn't have any experience with anything like what we did before, and that was exciting.